What's going on, YouTube? It's Lefty the Second here with a really long video. And this video is completely called for, and I'll just be plain and simple with it. This is why Toontown can eat shit. Honestly, I have not seen one video which wraps up every single problem that this game has, and every single thing that everybody knows is a problem, but they won't admit it. I generally hate people who do the same thing over and over and over again, and then deny that there's a problem in doing the same thing over and over again. That's the definition of insanity. If you don't know that, play Far Cry 3, or play anything else, because you'll play the same fucking thing over and over and over again, but then eventually there'll be new stuff to do. Toontown is just a game for insane people who like to do the same thing over and over again. This is caused by Disney's lack of ability to update things. I know you guys have heard a lot about this already, but I think it just needs to be kind of disassembled so we can actually look into the real parts of it. Firstly, they're only looking at new players and getting new players. They don't actually care about any of the current players, they just want new players. What do the commercials say? What the stuff that you can do when you get to be a high player, but it doesn't tell you what new shit you can do when you are a high player. Ooh, thanks parties. Ooh, thanks for those cool gags. Yeah, thank you so much. But what happens when you reach 137, huh? What then? What do? Do they expect you to just constantly do day in and day out boss battles? Fuck no. They'd expect you to make a new account and then get droned on and dragged along the crazy anarchy of the game again so you reach 137 again just to give them more money through their filthy mouths, so you'll do it all in all again. And you want to know why this works? Because you guys let it work. And a huge problem is why they can't update things. If you've ever been banned or terminated for hacking, read the email that you get. If you are like disrupting game updates or whatever they claim they're doing over there at Disney headquarters and wherever the fuck they are in California, they'll tell you that you're disrupting them of making game updates. The last time I checked, the last game update was a field office. I don't see anybody walking around the playground, let's go take over a field office. They're not even implemented into Toontask. They're not even implemented into anything. Sure, the SOS cards can be useful, but SOS cards have already been done. You just recycled an old idea and called it new. Buildings have been done as well. Now, if you really want to fix the huge security issues, I suggest this. I'm pretty sure you make a lot of money off your movie industry, and I'm sure that the gaming side of Disney can really use some help, or just jack some money off the Club Penguin idiots who like to waddle around and meet new pedophiles. Just hire a fucking hacker. They don't have to be earning much money. I'm pretty sure if you hired someone like Green Cat or Magic Cat, you wouldn't be having these security problems. Because you know what? We're in this. We can see everything that's going on. If you just pretend to be some kind of a hacker and pretend that you actually know what you're talking about, well, you probably do know what you're talking about because you've actually made the fucking game. Just keep talking, trick one of us. I don't know, we're pretty trustworthy. Trick one of us into join our friend circle or whatever, and who knows, maybe eventually we'll share exploits with you that you can just take right back upstairs to your big cheese boss, which is a huge contradiction, and take it up to your big cheese boss, and then you can just patch it up, and simple as that. Then you'll have it. Then you'll find every problem that you'll ever need, you'll find the solution. Even if you don't want to hire a hacker because you don't really trust them, or security issues with your self-confidence or some shit, these exploits aren't really that hard to find yourself. Just put some effort into it and then you'll finally get it. And honestly, if they think that they can change this whole game around by adding maps and running quicker, it just doesn't cut it. We could all run quick. We just had to know how. And looking at maps of what streets look like isn't very helpful now, because we've all bothered to grind through the game to find out where the shops are by now. This shit should have been there before you implemented this stuff. And you want to know why this happens? You want to know the main reason that they can't update anything? It's because Disney cornered themselves in a little tiny corner that they can't crawl their fat asses out of. They just can't update it. Firstly, there are no more cog types. You can't just randomly throw out a new cog type and then make a new HQ that's outside of the map. The whole map is full. You can't just add a second page out of nowhere. That would call for years and years of updates, which they obviously don't want to do. Their certificate ends sometime in September, I think it's the 17th, so they're gone pretty soon unless they update it, but then I doubt they will update it and pay for another few years because they're not actually paying or doing anything. There's no more space for anything in the playgrounds either. If you guys wanted to add something nice like a battle or something that comes straight from a playground, there's no room. They filled it up with random bullshit that we don't actually use. Whoa, thanks for fishing. Everybody loves grinding through fishing, catching 100,000 fish just so they can get their goddamn full moon fish. Parties can eat shit. I hate parties. They're useless. They just go there, you earn like 20 jelly beans a go, and then you're like, okay, now what? Okay, I'll use my 20 jelly beans to go fishing, and then I'll use those fish to grind through some more cogs and do fucking nothing my whole day and waste a day. The gags can't even go any further because there isn't any real XP left. You could tell that level 7 gags were coming because back in old Toontown when the highest gag was level 6, birthday cake, foghorn, stuff like that, it was 9,999 out of 9,999. That was maxed in their eyes. That was maxed. But then they added level 7 gags. And now there's no real experience for those anymore. It's just to go. So they can't actually do anything with that anymore, or else it'll just confuse people, and the whole concept of level 7 gags will just be destroyed. Now let's move on to the community, the big one. Big one right here, straight off the bat, trolls. People seem to think that trolling on a video will offend the viewer. I mean the owner. Now this is more YouTube based, but I just have to throw this out there. Be logical. People with ads on their videos or people with a high amount of subscribers, views equals money. It's not even math, just figure it the fuck out. Now the community on the Toontown game. Toon Valley, full of button blazers. If you don't know what a button blazer is, it's a name that I just made up like while I was thinking about this. I made it up for people who download legend buttons off Pastebin and then spam them around Toontown Central saying that there's some new crazy team that gets created every day, and they say they're going to destroy Toontown with their splash hacks that'll apparently get you terminated. That's right, I'm looking at you, Kool-Aid. You're a fucking retard. Game shows. Now, most people have a negative opinion on game shows. So do I. I don't think they're fun. I don't think dating in Toontown makes any sense. But hey, at least you guys are trying to bring your own fun into game. I appreciate it. But come on, think about it. If you have to go this low to have fun in a game, it's just not worth playing. Nutty River is always full. This is because of the parking issue. You guys all know about the parking issue. I don't need to go over it any further. The thing about it always being full is there's always group here, so there's nowhere else to go to find groups. So why is it always full? If you want to do runs, you have to get to Nutty River. But to get to Nutty River, you either have to have a park tune, use the Meet Here bots, or have a hack. There's no real logical way of doing this unless they made their server better, which they won't do because they're so retarded. They're not retarded actually, they just don't want to afford it, they're lazy. I don't know what their deal is over there, but I'm pretty sure this game's dying soon. Okay, since both of those cover the parking issue, I might as well just go over it again. The main solution, in my eyes, is just use the fucking Meet Here bot. Magic Cat put them there for a reason. Me and him have been over it countless times about how the parkers should be fixed. We've been to even disconnecting them, which would be pretty harsh, but fair, because you guys deserve to be disconnected. And then he came up with this brilliant idea, which I respect, because if it were up to me, I would just have something standing there. If you were standing there for more than 1 minute, it'd ban your fucking account. Well, that's probably a little bit brutal, but I probably would have gone with the disconnection, so you guys actually learn your lesson for parking all the time. If something is put there for you to use, just use it. I mean, come on, there's no point in you just trying to get through your daily grind of Toontown while you have to have a computer on for 24 hours a day when you're destroying your fan or anything. And I promise you, using Meet Here, you will not get banned. I guarantee it. hypocrisy in this game. People have a really, 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 really blurred view of what third-party software is. If you think that a macro or an auto clicker is not third-party software, then you are way, way wrong. Ask any Toontown employee. Call in right now and ask, hey, will a macro get me banned? They'll tell you, any type of third-party software that doesn't come from the Toontown website that you have downloaded and are using with Toontown Online probably will get you banned. People who are using this shit are usually against hacking. I don't really see why, because it falls under the same category. I'm looking at you, Parkers. Keep Alive can suck my dick. Idiots playing the game these days. Everyone is everywhere. Everyone shouldn't be everywhere. 15 life point people should not be running around in BossBot HQ getting in your way while you're trying to do a front 3. It just doesn't make any sense. People buy memberships to play the game, but other people buy memberships to run around and piss other people off. Pretty big waste of money, but that's why Toontown's still going. That's why they think they can get the fuck away with not doing anything. People are too retarded to learn how to play the game right because they actually don't care. They just think they can get their ass through every little problem and do every little thing without having to pay any mind to how you're actually supposed to do it. If you look at it, Toontown's actually a pretty complex game. The way the strategy works, the way you can develop your strategies, but no, people just stand there and spam fog, 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 fog. And the sad thing is, people go along with it. And if you try and be a bit more creative or logical in some cases, people call you out for playing the game wrong. You're just being too simplistic to play it. God. And then when people think that they're playing the game right, they just have such bullshit excuses for being retarded. If you keep spamming foghorns, what are you going to get out of that, huh? Just a bunch of counting with 30s and 50s for all those sound gags that just get rid of groups of groups and groups out in time. If you want to max really quickly, then get with a group that wants to max really quickly. If you want to get a boss battle done really quickly, go with the group that wants to get the boss battle done really quickly. And then you can say that. But if you want to play the game the way it was designed to play, not just to spam out sound gags, then I just suggest that you actually sit on your ass and sit through a longer cog battle if it takes, but then have more fun in the cog rounds when you're actually trying to do something. Hashtag soundless tunes. Just take the time to learn the game like a normal fucking person on a normal fucking game. Then along come those cocky high tunes that claim they know everything, they know all about the game, they know every little fucking thing. But they're still complete idiots. Trust me, they don't know anything, and they give other people the impression that they're just natural assholes. Cody once said that for the task systems, you just walk into Blue Gloosh store, and then the guy says, hey man, suck my dick and I'll give you more laugh points. Want to know why? Because it's true. That's how the task system in here works. You run over this guy like, hey, this guy forgot my I forgot my dildo at this guy's house. And then this guy's like, I don't know, man, some bloodsucker took it. Can you go get it? You go back. Oh no, the bloodsucker took my other shit. Can you go get it back? Go get a bloodsucker. Oh no, thanks, man. And then you go back to the other guy, Blue Guru, and then you're like, oh, thanks, man. Here's the one laugh point. If you look at it in plain simple, it's kind of retarded, but you guys still grind through it. So there's pointless grinding towards a blurry goal for newcomers. You don't actually know what you're aiming for. Never mention what the hell you're trying to enter, what you enter by finishing tasks. When you finish your tasks, welcome to hell. Then you max bossbot, lawbot, sellbot, cashbot. Pointless grinding, but I'll be over that later. And you always build up to a disappointing climax. To all those perverts that get the little giggles for me saying climax, just get the fuck out of here. When you build up to a disappointing climax, that's sad, because you're like, oh, here it comes, 14, 15, track 16, whatever. And then all of a sudden, you're like, here's your gag. Like, lol, what? That was so easy? Disney thinks that difficulty is a result of asking more of the same thing. So, pretty much, okay, so, for example, Donald's Dock, defeat a cog building. Alright, fair enough. Okay, then again, defeat 2 cog buildings. Well, I just defeated a 2-story cog building. Okay. Defeat 3 cog buildings. Alright, whatever. Defeat 20 cog buildings. Dude, I just did this like 50 fucking times. I already know how to defeat a cog building. Stop making me do it. Take the boss bot suit, for example. You just spam defeat version 2.0 cogs to get the parts. Why don't you be creative and actually, like, I don't know. I actually couldn't think of anything because the game was so I can't really get anything with that word, but neglected, while Bossbot HQ came out that they actually couldn't think of anything except for adding version 2.0 cogs, which is just pretty much 2 cogs in one, which isn't that exciting. It takes you forever to get through doing the same thing over and over and over again. This is why many tunes stop at 50-ish laugh points, because you just get bored. There's just nothing to do. You just do the same tasks over and over and over and over again for different people, just to get the same thing over and over and over again, so you can earn some new gags or get some new laugh points, and that somehow develops skill, and that's why retards are running around spamming stupid stuff, making the game easier for themselves when the game's already pretty easy. Cog bosses. Now, this is probably the only slightly entertaining aspect of the game. When you first earn your suits, damn, you're pretty happy. You don't know what they are, you're ready to do it, so it's fun for the few times you do it if it's new to you. But rest assured, that fun goes away fast. You encounter idiotic tunes that just argue for no reason at all. They just start talking about random things, and then that somehow offends tune number 1. Then tune number 3 starts spamming out random speed chat phrases. Then they yell at each other for being chatless and how being chatless is horrible. Then one of the people says they ran out of foghorns, and they say, "Oh, you're being so wasteful, meh 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 meh." And then it just turns out to a big silly slap fight where people, little bitches, get crazy. The challenge also dies when you learn the tricks to the bosses, like with the VP, when he jumps, you jump. Throw into his undercarriage. Or if you can just stand right by his little tire things, or tank wheel things, or whatever, that you won't get hit by the gears. So it's kind of OP, and you kind of get bored of it pretty quick. Then there's the horrible, tedious part of gaining the merits. It is just so fucking repetitive, it's not even funny. In the short and sweet of it, because I don't really want to rant on that part, because you guys have heard plenty of rants on it, you do the same shit over and over again, so you can do the same shit again and again, so you earn an ability to do that exact same shit you just got bored of doing again and again and again. So welcome to Toontown. If I may quote 2 films in conclusion, in a view, a humble, vaudevilliant veteran cast vigorously as both victim and villain by the virtuosos of fate, this visage, no mere veneer of vanity, is a visage of the vox populi. Now vacant vanished, however this valorous visitation of a bygone vexation stands vivified, and has vowed to vanquish these venal and virulent vermin, vanguarding vice, and vouchsafing the violently vicious and vexorious violation of volition. The verdict is vengeance, a vendetta held as a votive, not in vain, for the value and versanity of such shall one day vindicate the vigilant and the victorious. In this case, resulting in the only sane solution. The best move is not to play.